I don't know about you, but I've definitely had those nights before big practices or meets or games that I've stayed up a little bit too late working on homework because I didn't finish it earlier in the day. If you've ever found yourself in the same position, this video is for you. I'm going to be just sharing some of the tips that have helped me as I've been learning to manage homework and practices and meets and all that stuff. And this isn't a one-size-fits-all, so some of the things that I share that have helped me, it might not be the same for you. But yeah, let's get into the tips. The first one is writing in a planner. I used to think that I never wanted to write in a planner because I was like, oh, I'll remember this assignment, but then sometimes I didn't remember. But even when I did remember, I've been finding it nice to write out the assignments on the day that I want to get them done. So I'll show you like this last week. I wrote out the assignments on each of the days that I wanted to get them done. And then some of the days I wrote in parentheses what day that they were due. And this just kind of helped me plan each of the assignments out so they weren't all crammed into one day. And also if I have a busier day, then I'll put less assignments. Like Wednesday is my heavy class day, so I just put one assignment there. But these 2 days, I don't really have a ton going on, so I put more assignments there. So that's one of the biggest things that's actually helped me. The next thing that has helped me a ton is writing out my daily schedule, and I might go a little bit overboard on this. So what I do is I write out each of the things that I want to do that day, and then I'll also write a time slot for them. Now those times aren't perfect, but it just gives me something to shoot for. But like today, I put a couple of assignments on here: read ECG and study for first aid. And again, these schedules aren't going to be perfect. It's just going to be something to shoot for so you can keep a productive day. Another thing I want to say about this schedule, I often have to remind myself that this day is not all in my hands. I can't control everything. Ultimately, every day is in God's hands, and He might have other things planned for me. So I've been learning what I need to do is I need to be thankful for those changes, even when I don't see them coming. Because like I said, the day isn't in my hands, and I don't have control over everything, which praise God because His plans are so much better than mine. The next tip that I found has helped me a lot is figuring out what time of the day works best for you. So normally I like to try to get my assignments done earlier in the day or the afternoon, trying to get them done before practice, except on the nights before exams. So I actually like to set aside evenings before exam days to study, just getting it all fresh in my mind for the night before. I'll see that and try to plan that out, just set aside time before exam days. But other days I'll try to put homework earlier in the schedule, and sometimes it goes into evenings, but just try to figure out what works best in your schedule. Maybe you like to get stuff done before practice, or maybe you work really well after practice, after you got out all of that energy and your brain is waking up. Maybe after practice works for you. The next tip is spending time with friends in the library or maybe at a coffee shop. But that's a way to keep spending time with your friends, but also getting work done at the same time. And this also helps keep you and your friends accountable to one another. Another thing is sometimes homework weeks are heavy and you might not have expected it, or it took longer than you thought it might. Adaptability is a really good thing to learn for jobs, and college is a great way to learn adaptability. So we can just learn to be prepared for those days, the heavy homework days, and then prepare to get through those next days after the heavy days. So you might have to change around some priorities. Maybe the next day, if you stayed up a little bit later than you wanted, maybe taking a nap before practice, so then you can be most prepared for that next practice. Thank you guys so much for joining me. If you guys have any tips that have helped you learn how to manage class and practice and homework and all that, please let me know in the comments. And if you'd like to see any future videos, please let me know that too. And we'll see you guys next time. Bye.